Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Q, man, back at y'all again with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. So, the New York Giants, man, are looking like they're slated to have the number one pick in the NFL draft this upcoming year, 2026. Um, Now, it's been a weird year for the New York Giants, man. I can't remember what their record is off the top of my head. I think they won maybe 3 games all year. They fired Brian Daboll during the season, and it's kind of crazy to me because Brian Daboll was actually the one that fell in love with Jackson Dart in the draft process and wanted him to be the quarterback or whatever the case may be. And it's looking like we could potentially have a Josh Rosen and a Kyler Murray situation on our hands. I think Jackson Dart maybe won 2 games this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there's a quarterback out there, man, and his name is Fernando Mendoza. I believe Fernando Mendoza is going to declare for the NFL draft this season after winning the Heisman Trophy. And a lot of people have been speculating that the New York Giants could potentially move off of Jackson Dart to draft Fernando Mendoza, man. And, they have a lot of different options, when you have the number one pick in the draft. You could either trade that pick and get some more pieces to put around Jackson Dart. You know what I mean? If you believe in him that much. But I don't know if the New York Giants believe in Jackson Dart as much as the fans do. You know what I mean? If you look at Jackson Dart's numbers, which we can do that right now, if we look at Jackson Dart's numbers, surface level, okay, 13 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, pretty good for a rookie quarterback. Also, he's a very good scrambling threat as well, accumulating 407 yards rushing on the ground on 72 carries with 7 touchdowns. So when it comes to stats, as far as Jackson Dart goes,
shooting apples. Oh!
I don't think the stats are the issue, per se. It's really his style of play, man, and concerns about his longevity in the NFL. I think is the one thing that the New York Giants need to look at when it comes to deciding whether or not they're gonna pull the trigger and draft Fernando Mendoza. When it comes to Jackson Dart, man, he plays a reckless style of football. Even John Gruden had mentioned that to him, I believe, in the draft process as well. Like, if he doesn't change his style of play up, he's not going to have a long NFL career, man. And that's basically what we've been seeing on.
Change your playing style.
Yes, sir.
I think it's reckless. I think it's careless, and I think it's dangerous. You're the only guy that can't play with a sore right shoulder. And we can't play without you. You've come out of some games now.
Right.
You had your ass knocked off, and you sucked it up and went back in the game. But just talk to me about some of these hits. Why won't you go out of bounds? Why won't you go down?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. And you're going to be in that concussion protocol tent, and I'm going to be holding the game plan going, where the hell is Dart at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want you to talk to me about this game here against Georgia. Now, you're taking off. You got the first down. What would Gruden tell you to do?
Go out of bounds, coach.
And what are you going to do?
Run his ass over.
With your right shoulder.
Yeah. That's not smart.
No, it's not smart. What about this right here? Can we get where?
Out of bounds.
This is insane. You write it down, Evel Knievel. That's who you are. You're going to jump over a freaking canyon out there in Utah. Is that what you're going to do in your off season?
Yeah, can you
This
spell
is insane.
Knievel? How do you spell Knievel?
Shit. K-N-E-V-I-E-L. Knievel. Evel Knievel. I mean, you did it at USC. You haven't changed. Why haven't you changed?
Yeah, it's definitely something that when I watch back and in those moments, I definitely are like, all right, like, that's not smart. It's not a smart hit.
Display. I believe that Jackson Dart has been in concussion protocol at least 6 times this season. You know what I mean? That's not good, especially for a starting quarterback, man. That's really, really not good, man. But now, is the ability somewhat there? Yeah, you know what I mean? But he did have a terrible game against the Vikings, though. That was horrible. But the longevity, man, of the position is not there, man, with Jackson Dart, man. I think the New York Giants will strongly consider taking Fernando Mendoza. I mean, Fernando Mendoza, I believe he is a better quarterback prospect than Jackson Dart was coming out. Like I said, he just won the Heisman Trophy. And I don't think Fernando Mendoza plays the game as reckless as Jackson Dart does, man. Like, Fernando Mendoza knows how to protect himself a little bit better. You know what I mean? He runs the ball when he needs to run it. He's not looking to run. He's really looking to pass. He's a pass first quarterback. Very humble guy, you know what I'm saying? And I think he would be a great fit in any locker room that he goes to, you know what I mean? But I think the New York Giants, man, so if they have the number 1 pick, they shouldn't trade it away. I think they should draft Fernando Mendoza, man, or Dante Moore, whoever they decide to take, man. I'm not saying that I don't like Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart can be a good quarterback, you know, for a team, man, but he just needs to learn how to protect himself, man. And when it comes to the NFL, man, your best ability is availability. You know what I mean? It helps that you can throw a pretty good football. You know what I mean? And it helps that you can run the ball, you know, when you need to, man. But Jackson Dart, he needs to learn how to slide. And the way I see it, man, being in concussion protocol 6 times in one season is ridiculous, man. That just means that you're stubborn and you're stuck in your ways when it comes to playing the quarterback position, man. And Jackson Dart could get seriously injured if he keeps playing football the way he's been playing it, man. So if I were the New York Knicks, I would do my due diligence with this one. You know what I mean? Because it's really, really looking like the New York Knicks is going to have the number 1 pick. Let's look at their record. Let's look at the New York Giants record. The Giants are 2-13. I believe Jackson Dart might have only won 1 game all year. You know what I mean? So do with that information as you will. So yeah, Jackson Dart, he's got the swag. You know, he's a pretty exciting quarterback to watch at times. You know, but what it ultimately comes down to, man, is football IQ. You know what I mean? And the amount of hits that Jackson Dart's taken, he's either 1, he's reckless, or 2, he lacks a lot of football IQ, man. Or both. You know what I mean? From the hits that he's taken, you know what I mean? So CTE is a real thing, man. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, you're in a division with Jalen Hurts, you know, Dak Prescott, you know, Jaden Daniels is coming back next season. Can you, if you're the New York Giants, can you afford to roll Jackson Dart back out there, man? Knowing that he has an extensive injury history and he's put it on full display his first year as a starter in the NFL. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, the guys in the locker room sure as hell do gravitate to him. But gravitation can only get you so far in this league, man. You have to be available for your team, especially playing the most important position on the field, which is the quarterback position, man. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about, you know, Jackson Dart and the Giants, man. Should the New York Giants draft Fernando Mendoza if they do get the first overall pick, or should they just stay put and build around Jackson Dart, man? I think they should take Fernando, man. I think he's a better prospect, and I think that moving forward he'll be a better quarterback. But y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. And I'm out, man. Peace.